In this English lesson, I wanted to help you learn the English phrase to stamp out. The most literal meaning of to stamp out is when you have a fire outside and you use your feet to stamp out the fire. You actually stomp on the fire. That's a different verb, but it means the same thing. So literally it means to stamp out the fire. But we also use this when we're talking about other things. I really hope that we can stamp out the coronavirus. I hope we can stamp it out. It means that you extinguish it or end it. A lot of people would love it if we could stamp out violence in our cities or stamp out violence in our societies. So when you stamp something out, it means you end it. I really hope that we can stamp out all of the bad things in the world, but especially the coronavirus. I really hope we can stamp it out. The other phrase I wanted to teach you today is to put your stamp on something. When you put your stamp on something, you add your own unique style to it. A good example of this would be I have a room that I use in the house as my office. Jen painted the room and we put some furniture in the room, but I kind of put my stamp on it. When you put your stamp on it, it means you hang up your own pictures. You decorate things in a way that you like. You put your stamp on it. You kind of use your personality to help decorate it. You can use this to talk about a room. You can use this to talk about something that you're creating. When you're making food, maybe you use a certain kind of spice because you want to put your stamp on it. So to review, when you stamp out, the phrasal verb to stamp out means to stop something, to end something, to extinguish it. And when you put your stamp on something, it means you add something to it that makes people able to see that you were involved in decorating it. But hey, let's look at a comment from a previous video. This comment is from Padma. I have it in my pocket here. And Padma says this: at the start of the pandemic, I was in denial that it was really happening, but as it progressed, I had to deny myself my freedom of traveling. Luckily, things have started improving slowly. And my response was this: I think we were all in the same boat back at the beginning. I was in denial as well for a bit until I started to hear about people I knew getting sick. Then I took it seriously. So, first of all, Padma, thank you for that comment. This was from the lesson I taught the other day on the phrases in denial and to deny oneself something. So Padma, you did an excellent job of using both those sentences. It's just great example sentences in your comment. And then I do want to talk about the phrase to be in the same boat. When you're in the same boat, it means that everyone is experiencing the same thing. So I do think back at the beginning of the pandemic, we were all in the same boat. A lot of us were in denial that it was actually happening. I remember thinking one day I was in school, and that morning, as a staff, we all went out for breakfast. So it was Thursday, March 12th. I can't remember the exact date, but it was a normal school day. We all went to a restaurant early in the morning, and as a staff, all my coworkers and myself, we all had breakfast together. And then later that day, we went home when the school day ended, and then the principal called later that night or sent me an email, I can't remember, and said school was closed for 3 weeks. And then it ended up being a month, and then 2 months, and then 3 months, and then right till the end of the school year. So yes, at the beginning, Padma, I would agree. I was also in denial. It's hard to believe that, the National Basketball Association, NBA, I think that's what it stands for, they canceled all their games and all these sports were stopping. So I was certainly in denial as well. But once I knew people who were sick, that certainly changed my mind.